Hello there, everyone. This is Soulserver17 here, and this is a non-paid video. Alright, okay. So, I got the Daredevil What If, and now I am making this, What If. So, if you all remember this, I let this out a month ago, and I have not worked on it since, because I did not forget about it. It's just too many ideas pop in my head, and too many stories I kept on getting confused with sometimes a little. Also, just in general, I know my older videos aren't really getting much views, so it's like when the series progresses, is like I'm not getting much views, and it doesn't I don't really understand if it's like only certain amount of people are gonna watch it, or I'm not posting that many videos a day, and that's the reason why. So yeah, I just didn't know if anyone really wanted this. Only like I think I saw like a couple of people that said they asked about this. So yeah, so yeah, I mean, if people want the series to continue, write in the comments or something, because I will continue this video until the overall arc after they save Eri. Yeah, Eri. And then that's it. So right after he saves her, and the whole entire like festival happened, that is like it, the series. And you guys could just let it like just pretend like what else happens, or will just wait till the whole entire seasons are done. That's where every single time every like what if will end of My Hero Academia's. So yeah. Anyways though, let's just get into this what if. This is what if Deku was trained by Bond. Part 12. So yeah. So Deku got his gear and his outfit, well, his 3-section staff into a 4-section staff. He has gotten his outfit, which looks at the picture, to be a little bit more different. It's more like the trench coat, but he has a shirt underneath it, and these are like added a little bit of weight to it because of his strength and everything that Melissa has calculated to actually break the concrete on the roof that he had to do, and even how much he was able to take damage from, amongst other things, that it's inhuman, and even a quirk wouldn't have this. So she basically thinks Bond isn't a quirk person. He has no quirk, and he's something else entirely, a person without a quirk. So she kind of made it more, let's just say, specific for him in general, and a quirk person, which was in the letter which she said to Dear Bond, I made sure I made your outfit, your hero costume, basically way more durable than anything imaginable. This could take any attack, and like nothing happened. So nothing will pierce it, and if it does, it will just simply reform. So you don't have to worry about fixing it. As he goes, huh? As then she explains, we kind of use experimental tech of nanomachines that are so small that it will be in the fibers of the outfit and just fix it. And she goes, oh, okay. That's cool. And then she says about your inhuman strength, your inhuman ability to heal, and everything else about you is nothing more than simply amazing. So I have basically increased the weight of your outfit to, let's just say, 100 times weight. And he's just saying, holy crud. I know I do a lot of working out, but come on. So, I always gotta work out on this then. So 100 times weight and all. So, and then she talks about his 3 sets of staff, which anytime he hits somebody, which will absorb energy, which will transfer over into him. So he's thinking, so cool. This will be fun now. And plus, then she also says she kind of worked on it more to be absorb energy. Then he can actually release it into like a energy manipulation kind of way. But it's more of he's just bringing it out and then turn it into a ball as he can hit it right back to them. And then she also added on to that she had made it way more durable, the strongest metal in the world durable, and plus added a few handy gadgets to it. Like for him to scale a wall if he doesn't want to jump on the walls or anything else, she has basically a grapple hook, a mini grapple hook into it, which with the motor very small and very like not very loud. So he's like saying, huh, cool. And just an area for like some like, I don't know, for like snacks or whatever on the late nights. Which he see a little button which he presses and he goes, and then he does see like it's a little like holder for like a, let's say it could be like a chocolate or I don't know, like chocolate or just decide. It's just something real. It could be like form. It'd just be like something really small, like something like a chocolate bar or something, but or just like some goldfish or something. I don't know. I just thought of it. But she does say it can be used for anything really. Just just be careful. And then she says, I hope you enjoy it and do some good work out there and thank you for everything, Bond. Which he kind of just comes out and shows Mitsuki, her husband, Katsuki, and Midnight. Wait, hold on. I really forgot what I named her. I did not look at a video, so give me a minute. Alright. Yep, I remember it's Misery. So, yeah. As they're saying, whoa, that's really cool, he says. He goes, yeah, the trench coat is basically the same, but it has a little bit more, let's say, flair to it. It's red, but it kind of has a little bit more, I mean, it has like some little bit of spikes on it, just on the, around like the wrist area. And then, like when it goes down, it looks like it was burned a little, but at the same time, or cut. So he just goes, I didn't expect I looked this good in this outfit. As, Katsuki and Midnight are kind of blushing, as he just says, so, you guys like? As they just say, yeah, you like. Well, wait, Mitsuki, I think I said Mitsuki by mistake. I meant Misery. If I said Mitsuki, sorry. But Misery and Katsuki just are blushing red. Yeah. So, after that, he got it the day before of the training camp. So, when he has his, he kind of brings his 3 session of staff with him. I don't think they bring the hero costumes at all. So, Aizawa says, alright everyone, we're gonna go on the bus and drive. So after that, the whole entire thing happens where, everyone just talk on the bus while like Katsuki and Misery are basically just chatting with Deku. As, people are kind of starting to figure out that they like him. And so, as, Kaminari says, so Bond, how's it feel to have like 2 girls liking you and all? As Bond just says, like, Because everyone was in shock, and Mom just says this. He goes, well, at least I have 2 girls. As everyone was, like, just looking at him, like, did he just burn him? What, like, Mina is asking, as he goes, Carver just says, hey, I wasn't, trying to do anything. He goes, you teased me. He goes, yeah. Then he kind of looks at Jiro, and he says, I wonder. As he, kind of, gets up and walks over to Kaminari, sits down, and goes, so, Kaminari, as he puts his arm right behind him, as he leans in and whispers into his ear, do you have anything for Jiro? As he goes, as he goes, oh, you do. So, you want me to help you out to get her? As he goes, oh, please, man. I need any help I can get. He goes, alright, here's the first thing you gotta do. He goes, yeah, don't act the way you do. He goes, huh? He goes, I mean, act the way you do, but it's like, don't try to make it awkward. He goes, what do you mean? Just, don't try to hit on her. Just go up to her, just have a normal conversation. Show her who the real Kaminari is. Don't show the person that you want to perceive yourself as some big macho and cool guy. You're a cool person on your own. You don't have to change that. And throw in a few jokes here and there. Just be yourself. Don't act like a freaking perv. Or whatever you were. I have not really been I have been paying attention to you much, but it's like we're on the same side as Mineta at first, but then you changed after what I did to Mineta. As Mineta hearing this, he goes, and he thinks of it, he goes, yeah, that was the scariest day of my life, but I don't want that ever to happen. So he's been reforming himself, and Invisible Girl has actually kind of been working on more of a tactical fighting with objects around her. So she's been working with anything she can ever get on, and she has figured out that anything she touches, she can turn invisible. But she has also found out that she can use her own hair to make herself invisible, make a suit that's basically invisible for her. So, yeah. So, after that, Jiro, he just says, hey, Jiro, come over here. As he walks back over to meet Misery and Katsuki. She comes over and he goes, sit down next to the Kaminari. And she goes, yeah? What is it? He goes, so, do you like Kaminari? As her eyes just go wide and her face goes red, he goes, he goes, oh, good. So Kaminari, have a normal chat with her. And remember I told you, he goes, yeah. He goes, so they chat up and Jiro's just laughing as Misery and Katsuki are just smiling. He goes, you did a good thing. Katsuki says, he goes, yeah, I know. I'm the best. As Misery just says, why don't you ever, ask you two out? Probably sometime soon. As they just go a little bit red in it as he just says, freak it. You guys want to go out on a date after this is all done? As they just say yes. Both of them. As that shocked everyone because they said it really loud. And Todoroki's just looking at him. He was like, why did they say yes so loudly? And Mamo heard it and she's a little bit shocked. Both of them? Including Mina and Tsuyu. A lot of the girls who were in there are just shocked. And Uraraka is just thinking, aww. So let's just say she goes for Bakugo. It's gonna be later on when he mellows out. But yeah. So after that whole time they talk about when they're gonna go on their first date. Aizawa just tells everyone, alright everyone, get off the bus. Mineta went before he went to the bathroom before, they left, so he doesn't have to go this time. And Deku just says, huh, a forest. It'd be really funny if somebody made us fall off this cliff and just had to go through this forest. As they go like, huh? He goes, yeah. So you can. I already have enough time working with my master, Bond, too much to know that this is gonna be a trap. Actually, he told me always assume everything's a trap. So, yeah. As he just makes a smile, as they kind of just go like, so what's gonna happen? He goes, go. As he sees a car, he goes, that. As basically what happens is the wild pussycats come out. As I don't know their names, but the one in the red dress, female, the one I get to telekinesis, like, say everyone that we're gonna be helping you train, and then the one who can cause like avalanches, Pixie Bob. I'm not good with names. Remembering these guys. But anyways, what happens is everyone starts like just being shocked that they're gonna help, and Deku just says, "Hey girls, come over here." He starts walking away from the group, and says zero sign, and by holding both their hands as, "Hey, walk away." I think it's zero sign. Yeah. Give me a minute. Yeah, I think it's zero sign. If it's not, it just makes him go as invisible as I usually said Fox Hunt or something. I haven't marked on this video in so long, so I kind of forgot what I said, but I think I remember zero sign, physical hunt, Hunterfest, Fox Hunt. Yeah, I did not do this, so, but anyways, I'll just explain it. When I do so, they see everything what he says like in black and white, as they don't see him, and see him, Katsuki, Misery, as they just say, "So this is what happened to you?" He goes, "Yeah, this is how I can be invisible. Yeah, it's pretty cool." And then just physical hunt, physical hunt, Fox. God, I'm just gonna look it up real quick. Alright, okay, I figured out, Billy's Yud, Snatch, Physical Hunt, Hunterfest, Crazy Hunt, Fox Hunt, Zero Sign. I might give him gifts, so. And, there's another one. Sheesh, that's gonna bug me now. Yeah, I'll look it up later on, but I know the description of it, so I know what they can do. But I'm changing some of them in my own way because I don't want Deku to kill anyone. So yeah. Like if I say even tweak like Snatch to basically steal energy by him just taking hits. So that could be another aspect of physical hunt also, I guess. Yeah. So after he says all that, he goes, and I kind of forgot there was another one. Probably, but I'm not in the mood to. Can't remember right now. So yeah. They're kind of shocked as he does tell them the explanation, like, some of them are meant to kill people, but he's not going to use them, only if it's a last-ditch effort. And so, yeah, I'm going to end this off with after he defeats All for One, basically. But, yeah. So, I just want to say that real quick, but anyways, though. So, after, they realize what the forest is, as they basically do the landslide, as Deku says, "See, told ya." So that he takes out Zero Sign, as they go as the pussycats, all four of them looks at Deku, and the one that has a telepathic quirk, Tatsuki was like, "How did you?" It's like, it's a part of what I can do. So yeah, as he just like kind of just jumps and slides out, and Kazuki and Misery just follow him. As Aizawa says, that is Bon, also known as Undead Bon. But actually, yeah, I forgot. I wanted to change his hero name. Yeah, give me a minute, everyone. There was a really cool hero name that someone wrote down, and I need to put it in for that person because it was good, and I feel like I should. So hold up. Alright, everyone, I found the comment. Alright, so I'm just gonna freaking tell you all. This person said basically if he saw this video was when I asked for the hero name, he would have gave this hero name to me, which I am changing. That Deku actually said it. I recall what I said. He says, Bond. Wait, Sin agreed. Fox Sin agreed. Bond, the undead. But I want to make sure I got that right. So, yeah. No, okay, so it was Foxin, Sin of Greed, Bond, the undead. So, yeah. So, thank you, too, for giving me that name. So, yeah. So, basically, they're like, wait, it's undead? As Aizawa says, all of the class knows that he's basically unkillable. He doesn't even need to eat, basically. He just does it. As they're like, so what? We have an immortal person as a hero? He goes, pretty much. If he was a villain, we would have been all killed already. As they're just thinking, all the pussy heads are just thinking, what, how strong or what can he do? As, basically, after he slides down, he just, basically, Deku just looks at everyone and goes like, you didn't see that coming, guys, did you? As basically, some of them are saying, come on, Bond, why didn't you tell us? He goes, what's the fun? I had a good chuckle when you guys fell down. Like, you're just me. I was like, yeah. Come on, let's get this over and done with. I'm starting to get hungry. As he basically starts to walk away. So, as, the one who's, I think, had a blue or green that is able to make puppets and earth or control the earth monsters are, like, seeing it as she's thinking, Foxen, Sin Greed, Bond the Undead. I wonder how strong you really are. As basically, like, while they're like walking through the forest, Deku just like sees these monsters and he goes, vanish and kill. And basically, there's like a whole bunch of them. I mean, there's one. And basically, he just like slices right through it with his with his 4-section staff. As basically everyone's thinking, okay, that is crazy. As Deku just says, no blood, not even alive. Everyone, we're together. We're gonna take this on real quick. Remember, don't worry about me. I got the bag. As basically Katsuki and Misery are thinking, oh god, why is he so reckless? And they go like, oh yeah, he's immortal. Of course he's gonna be reckless. But so the next year there's like 4 or 5 of them coming at him. As then he goes like, come on, you gotta have more than that. As then 7 more come out of nowhere to join in on the fight to go at Deku. As she's the one who's controlling them. We're thinking, how you gonna take this on? As Deku just like, that's a lot, but crazy hunt. As Deku just runs towards them, just smacking all of them, taking their heads off. As everyone just sees this, as Deku goes, come on guys, let's get this over and done with. As everyone just says, yeah! As Mineta goes like, yeah! As he goes like, I am really glad I don't piss off this guy no more. Or at all. As basically, it doesn't take them long, as the one who's controlling them say like, what? How strong is this kid? And the male pussycat just say, what's wrong? He goes, as she says, they're taking him down like crazy. That Bond kid, he's really strong. It's like, no matter what I do, or how many they go after him, it's like he can take them all on all by himself. Okay, alright, I gotta go blow my nose real quick. My nose is all stuffed up. So give me a minute, guys. Alright, I'm back, everyone. But, yeah, so, as I was thanks to him, so he goes, huh. So he must have been hiding most of his attacks from us. They must have been ones that could kill. And he didn't want to ruin the chance of hurting people to become a hero. Or killing people to ruin his chance. Smart kid. As basically, they get on the bus and just get over there. And why they get, after, say, like, an hour, 15 minutes, the bus finally gets there, they wait until, like, 1 hour and 50, no, 1 hour and 59 minutes later, they just wait that up to 1:59, as everyone comes out. As Deku is just basically walking out there like carefree, like nothing ever happened. Everyone else was pushing themselves a little bit more because of Deku's immense strength and how he's unkillable. So it's like, they try to show him up, but it's like impossible. Katsuki and Misery just wanted to impress him as he goes, "Alright, everyone, that was a good job. But, some of you guys still need to work on your quirks more. Invisible Girl." And he can't even remember her name. He just says, "Good job on carrying some items on you to make invisible. And even keep that way for a period of time. I'm impressed. You improved a lot." As she just says, "Thank you, Bond." And he says, "Mineta." And he goes, "Yes." Using your balls on your head, I think your hair? He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Use your own hair as basically to have a few of them being clumped up together into one spot. I didn't know you could actually learn how to control it." He goes, "Well, I kind of just learned away from you just using your snatch or physical height as a reference." He goes, "Oh, so you kind of took a lesson from me, huh?" He goes, "Yeah, I hope you don't mind." He goes, "No, actually, you've improved. That's how you're able to make them all conjoin together into one spot for me to actually get one shot kill on them." He goes, "Yeah." If you actually worked harder on your quirk and stopped being a pervert later, like in the past, you could have been a better person, and actually you could have been, I don't know, acing classes more. As he goes, "Yeah, you're right." As he reflects on the past, he goes like, to now, he goes, "Man, Buzz right." Well, I should really thank him later on when I become a hero. Basically, as Aizawa is not really shocked by this, but the Pussycats are, as basically Aizawa says, "Well, it didn't take you long to get here." He was like, "Nah, just an hour. I kind of just went ahead of everyone, just took down more monsters. I got bored just being in a group." As Aizawa just says, "Well, since I know you're immortal and all, I don't think you ever have to hold back." He goes, "Oh no, I still do. I mean, if I didn't, the ground underneath my feet would be, well, cracking with my strength." As then, basically, all of a sudden, Deku kind of gets this weird feeling. He goes, "Huh, feel like something's gonna happen," and then next you know, a portal opens up. As everyone's looking over, Deku's just eyes widen and a smile comes on his face as I was just looking at him. He goes, "What's Bon? Do you know this?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I do." "My teacher's coming." As everyone goes like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." "My teacher let me take his name, Bon. My original name was something else." And so, as they all know it, as he says, "Remember?" And they say, "Yeah, Izuku." Izuku. He goes, "Yep." As then Merlin, Escanor, Bon, and Meliodas, Kane, Elizabeth, Pig? Not Pig. Fuck. Oh, freak. Give me a minute. I need to remember his name now. Okay, Hawks, Gunther, Diana, and Elaine. I already said Elizabeth. You know, come out of the portal as he goes, ha, Teach. As he goes, Zuko. As they were both right at each other. As then Melio goes like, "Aw, it's like what me and Mon do." As then, as I was thinking, huh, I guess after a while they haven't seen each other. This is all right. As Katsuki and Misery, aka Midnight, like, aw, teacher and student reuniting together. As then when Deku and Bond get to each other, they just punch each other in their face, which everyone goes like, what? As then they both send flying. As but Bond and Deku just start to get up and just start doing exactly the same thing as Meliodas does. So basically trying to high-five each other, well, slap each other's hands and everything, and then slamming each other to the ground. As basically Meliodas goes like, huh, he really does act like Bond a lot. More than ever, as Diana says, yeah, like a mini version of Bond. As Escanor is like getting bigger, and it's like the afternoon, so it's like he's not gonna become the one. So he was like, still a puny and weak. As, Elizabeth and Elaine and Merlin says, well, he may be, not as strong as Bond, but look at him. It's like, they start arm wrestling as the crown itself is kind of just breaking. As he goes, Bond just says, ha, you got a lot stronger. He goes like, most of the people here are weak anyways. But hey, I don't stop training. I never want to. As Bond just says, good. Well, I kind of want to come here and visit, and we, had that tracker on you, so we'll be able to always come where you are. And he goes, yeah, thanks for that. As then basically they just like, the ground's cracking, and he goes, as Elizabeth says, Bond, I think you should stop. He goes, alright, Elizabeth. As, they let go, as he, they just start hugging each other. He goes like, pat on the back, and then he goes, so, how have you been doing? He goes like, I got 2 girlfriends. As Elaine and Elizabeth, Diana, and Merlin are in shock, as Bond just grins, goes, oh, so you're the ladies' man, huh? He goes, yeah. But, as he, tells him to kind of bend down, well, they're almost at the same height, as basically he just whispers into Bond's ear saying, one of them got hit by a court that made her go backwards in time, and they haven't figured it out yet, so her age went backwards, and her looks, as he goes, oh, how old was she? Where is she? Like, in her mid-20s or so, and I'm only like 15, 14, as Bond just says, wow, lucky for you, right? And he goes, I know, as Aizawa and everyone else, even the Pussycats are in shock, and Katsuki and Misery are just kind of like, what the heck? As Deku just says, oh, well, that's how my Teach and Meliodas over there usually would react to each other. And so I kind of adopted that from him. So I got some of his personality. As basically just like, sorry, as basically he rubs the back of his head as he goes, and basically he looks at Deku and goes like, wow, you actually copied me a little bit. He goes, yeah, I copied your look a little. Thought it would be better off than having like green hair. Yeah, it looks a lot better on you. Aizawa says, so you're his teacher, Bond. He goes, yep, Bond the undead, the sin of greed. As Meliodas says, is in a wrath. Marilyn says, her sin. Escort says the sin of pride. Elaine says her sin. Kane says his sin. Gunther says his sin. They all, say their sins. Elizabeth, tells who she is, as she says she's a princess. As, well, I'm not, saying, like, she said she doesn't know if she's an angel yet. As then, Elaine does say she's a pixie, along with Kane, which is her. But actually, like, no, like, I made it like Elaine's there, so yeah, a lot of stuff happened. So yeah, Elizabeth is, notice that she's an angel and a princess, so yeah. And, Hawks is a pig that can talk, which some people are freaked out by that, but hey, Nezu can talk. As he goes, so, So Izuku's quirk, well, Izuku really doesn't have a quirk since you guys came from a different world. Goes like, yep, magic. I don't know how Izuku was actually able to, you know, learn my techniques at all. Actually, but hey, it was somehow it was somehow really weird. But we've been trying to figure it out for a while. It's been like 3 years, three to no a year for us. As he goes, huh? Well, as Izuku says, but yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing I could figure out was because probably the fountain of youth was mixing with your blood for so long, it passed most of your magic or abilities to me. So it's not really a quirk I have. As Deku just said this out loud, as Ryozawa says, "Yeah, figured after all this time, but hey, any hero we can get to defend against villains, it's better off than nothing, right?" As Deku and Bon just says, "Yeah, better off." As Bon goes over and says, "Hey, did you know that we use Snatch to steal stuff just so we can survive for those 10 months and all?" As he goes, "No, I don't think so." As Aizawa, doesn't know what's happening. As a lady comes over and says, while Bon was stuck here for a couple years, he met Izuku over there. As she explains, well, he knows what happened to Izuku and afterwards and all. And he just, as then she asked, "Oh, how's he been?" He goes, "Well, he's extremely smart, an excellent student, very good at cooperating with others, amongst basically making sure no one gets hurt. So overall, one of my best." As Elaine smiles at that. So, Bond does too. As, as he then Deku finally says, "So why are you guys here?" As he just says, "Well, I want you to go against me, Escanor, and Captain over there." As Deku just kind of says, "All right, I'm on." As he says, "But first, I want you to hit Escanor in the stomach." The guy over here is really strong. He goes, "All right." So Merlin's since Deku kind of has been training a lot, he always holding himself back. As she says, "Go all out." As he goes, "All right." So Escanor is bigger than Deku. And he was always bigger than Bond. So basically, everyone's saying the height on Escanor. They go like, "Okay, he's big." As Escanor says, "You won't even hurt me, but give it your best shot." As Deku goes, "Am I allowed to use anything on you, like physical hunt?" And he goes, "You will be able to contain my power." As Deku just said, well, strength really. And he goes, "Oh, let's see." Nah, I want to see what I can do with my actual strength. As Deku basically just says, "All right, 100%." As then when he cocks his fist back, well, his arm back, everyone just Meliodas and Merlin, well, all the other seven deadly sins along with Elaine and Elizabeth sees it as they're kind of surprised. Well, Bond is actually more surprised. He has increased his strength to basically after I think second season Bond, near the end of it, he's that strong. I only see the second season. I have not seen the third season at all. How strong he will become, but yeah. So the mom just thinks, huh, he's a lot stronger now than last time. Alright. So as then when he punches Escanor in the stomach, he makes a little bit, well, it doesn't like, it makes a little bit of a shockwave and cracks the ground a little bit, but Escanor just standing there perfectly fine. As Bond just says, he goes, I think I broke my arm. As his arm just goes limp. And he goes, "Okay, how strong are you?" As he goes, "I'm pretty strong. I am the sin of pride after all." But he says, but you did do quite a little bit of a damage to me. He goes, you are a Bond student after all. He goes, thanks. As basically his arm cuts back. So he goes, so teach. And she says, so Bond. So I'm gonna have to go against you guys? He goes, yeah. I think you could use a bigger strength boost. He goes, you know it. He goes, alright. So, well, basically, these guys couldn't train you for, well, anything. Not even your snatch ability or your physical hunt to make you absorb. Anything since you keep on working on your body strength and, He goes, yeah, just like you told me to. Always work on that. Physical body workouts. Push my body to the limits. Always, do whatever I can to get strong. He goes, yeah. So, what have you been doing? They never really have any weights in the gym, so I've mostly been just using trees, rocks, or boulders, should I say. Always putting out a whole lot, increasing more weight every single time. As he goes, huh. So, he goes, alright, we can have Merlin here to basically make you some weights to help you out. And he goes, seriously? He goes, yeah, it's going to be restricted quite a lot. But hey, you're my student, you'll be able to handle it. He goes, yeah, let's do this. As he does ask Aizawa if that's perfectly fine. He goes, actually, that's great. That's actually good for him. Anything can help him, always is better. As then, everyone's in shock. Katsuki and Misery just say, okay, we may have a monster as a boyfriend. As they just smile, though. So, So, let's just say they do the cooking and everything, and they find out how Deku is so good at cooking, along with Bond, as, they join it in. As they see Escanor, like, getting smaller. As, let's just say Kirishima asked what happened to Escanor, was it? He goes, yes, actually. And he goes, so what happened to him? He goes, oh, well, as soon as the sun goes down, this is my original form. As I'm not that strong, I'm very weak. As Melio says, yeah, it's all because of, well, his magic. He goes, magic? He goes, oh, yeah, where we come from, there's no quirks. We have magic, and, depending on our magical ability, physical strength, and all that, we, see how strong we are. It's like a power system with us. I think, as, some people get it, some people don't. As always goes, so, a world without quirk but magic abilities. And you go, yeah. And how does the ranking system, works and all? And he goes, ranking system? He goes, as Aurora says, there's none. Actually, it's just based on power level. So, as she explains in more detail, as Aoi goes alright. So he asks what's Deku, power level. As basically, she can see and Hawks can see. He goes, well, since I'm comparing it to Bond, he's about, let's just say, surprisingly only 50% of his Bond strength. As they ask how strong is Bond, and she says at full power, Bond can destroy a mountain, and a whole entire mountain, and the surrounding area. As Aizawa says, okay, compare that to a city or block or something. As she goes, can I, use my magic to see from your mind? As he goes, sure. As basically she sees what a city is and all that. And she goes, oh, well, it'll be probably half of the city, or a little bit more. As Aizawa thinks, yeah, we are definitely lucky he was born to be a hero. So, after that, night and all, Deku was basically went to the next day. He got changed and all. They start working. Deku is basically in just normal clothing, not in the, suit hero. I mean, without the actual training gym clothes that they had him wear in the original. He just has some regular clothing. As he just would fight Bond and everything else. As Bond says, "All right, we'll hold back against you, just so we'll hold back and increase our strength every so often." But as soon as when noon comes, you're gonna fight Escanor all by yourself. As he goes, "All right." So after that couple hours, Deku is basically fighting. He can feel like every muscle of his body is aching, as basically 50% of their power is basically just overwhelming him. He's getting beat up. He's getting his arms broken, reattaching, limbs tearing, and all that. As he gets getting stronger. As then when the noon comes, he fights Escanor for those few seconds, and then just starts wailing on him, trying to put everything he has into it, breaking like multiple muscles and fibers and all that, and just going at it. So, yeah. That went on for a couple of days, and some people saw it, even Class 1B, as they're just freaking out how much damage they're causing. As Aizawa even came over saw it, as there was a lot of damage happening at a far away distance, so he had to come over see, as he is shocked, as Merlin says, this is only them at 50%. As Aizawa says, wait, 50%? He goes, yes. If they use their sacred treasures, they'll use 100% of their power, and that boy would not survive. But surprisingly, he's been after a couple of hours of him fighting and all, and it's still on the first day, he's actually keeping up with them very well. After that happens and all, a couple of days pass, and the end of the training camp happens, as everyone just kind of just goes and eats and all. I think they were like served a course meal by the Coda still happened. He did try to hit Bond, but Bond just stopped him easily. And, so he sees him. He just sees Coda. He goes, "I'm gonna go check on the kid." To Bond, he goes, "All right, just be safe." Izuku, he goes, "Sure, teach." So yeah, he goes over with a plate of food, and Bond was the one who cooked it, not Deku. So it's like he helped out at least, and everyone's just really surprised and happy. So yeah. So when Deku gets to Coda, he goes, "Yo," and she goes, "What do you want, hero?" He goes, "Hero in training. Get it right, kid." He goes, "Whatever." He goes, "So, why do you hate Hero so much?" "Oh yeah, I did forget about the hot spring. Nothing really happened. Nothing really happened. So, yeah." So, anyways, yeah. So Coda just sitting there, and his stomach growls like, "I knew you were hungry." It was, "I don't need whatever that hero made." He goes, "He's not a hero." He goes, "Huh? That's my teacher from another reality altogether, or dimension. He was stuck here for a couple of years and all, and he trained me. I have no quirk. I'm quirkless, but I'm also immortal. But I feel pain like everyone else." He goes, "What? I don't know the satisfaction of death, kid. Whatever happened, tell me now." As basically, he tells who, like, a villain killed his parents and they left him and all, as Deku just says, "Your parents died? And you're pissed off at them for that?" I was like, "Well, you never had to, lose them and go through what I went through." As Deku says, "I was abused, neglected, starved. I went through so much crap that you couldn't even understand, kid. At least your parents died to protect people. Mine didn't even care about me. My dad wasn't even there for me. My mom abused me, neglected me. Heck, I was starving. I was almost skin and bones when I finally left. Alright? So, here's the thing. When you actually can complain about that ever happened to you, to go through, then yeah, you get to complain. At least once or twice. But when your parents died to protect people, it's not their fault. It's the villain's fault, not theirs. And at least those people survived that day. More lives could have been lost if they didn't stop him, or at least try to. Be proud of them. Don't hate them. As then Koto's in shock of what happened, as Deku says, there's a lot more details I could have gone into, but I don't want to. I got over it somewhat, but yeah, it's whatever. As Koto just asks, where's your mom now? She was in prison, but I don't know where she is. But when I find her, I'm making sure she regrets everything she ever done to me, and she's gonna pay. As Koto just smiles and goes, I hope she does. He goes, yeah, she will. So, come on, eat up, kid. Let's go back to the park. Let's go back and join everyone else. As Koto eats and, and holding Deku's hand when they walking down. So when he comes back, Bond sees the kid. Well, he sees Izuku and Koda, and he goes, so, why was the kid angry? Bond said, he goes, parents died because of a villain, and he blamed them, and then I just told him about what happened to me and all. As Bond says, and then he tries to say to, he changed his tune real quick, huh? He goes, yeah. Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Kinda. But hey, give me a minute, everyone. Alright, I'm back. So, basically, after that, everyone, is just, kind of chilling, but then someone, Class 1B, says, a contest of bravery, so, yeah, so since Koda's there, the whole entire fight with Muscular is going to be a little bit different. Well, Muscular's not going to be there anyways because of Inko. So, yeah. So, they start to do it as basically... Ooh, excuse me. As basically, no one's getting scared and all, and then Deku kind of just sees when Deku is, in there with Katsuki and Misery, he goes, so, ladies, why do you want me to come with you? He goes, oh, just because we want to spend some quality alone time with you. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, everyone is doing the exact same thing, but besides Misery, she's doing something different, and with a different teacher with one of the cast, so yeah. So, basically, back to it, though. He goes, well, it's not even that scary. No one here can even scare me. As then a villain, does come and attack. It's the one with the teeth and all, as it was like sudden. As basically what happens is, the attack happens right as Deku and Katsuki and Misery starts to get attacked. So everything happens, one of the Pussycats does start to use her telepathic quirk and starts to tell everyone that they have permissions to use a quirk and all. As Deku says, it didn't matter, my quirk ain't quirk. And since the 7 deadly sins are there, they say we can help too. They do. They take out relatively everyone out pretty quickly, but that's the ones that are nearby and fighting Ozawa, the Pussycats and all that. And the League of Villains. They even took out Dobby real quick. Well, clones of it. So, yeah. As then while with Deku, he just used his physical hunt, takes the guy's stamina and strength, and just runs at him and punches him. Because he's the one that can summon out blades with his teeth and all. So, yeah, he just punches the guy, sending him flying towards, Aizawa, the Pussycats, and the 7 Deadly Sins. So, yeah, as then Deku says, too easy. Piece of cake. As they say, Katsuki and Mizuri says, yeah, that was too easy. As then Deku hears a voice says, oh, my precious Izuku. My boy. As he looks over, he goes, Inko Midoriya. So this is where you are. With the League of Villains. Where you belong. And she goes, huh, it looks like you got over me a little bit. He goes, yeah, I did. I'm gonna make sure you pay for what you did to me now. And she goes, well, you have to catch me. And then she starts using her teleportation quirk very easily. As he goes, oh, you're not getting away from me. And he just starts running towards her, well, where she's going. As, he's going full speed as she's, like, basically using her teleportation quirk very easily. Well, this is happening. Katsuki and Misery are starting to follow him. They're not here for anyone else besides Deku. And Shigaraki made that clear. So this is all a distraction. Whoever, does get taken out is, like Toga, Stinger, I forgot who it was, like the guy with sunglasses, girl guy, I think it's a girl, sunglasses, and Mr. Compress, do get taken out. But, Davi's, the clones were taken out, just not Davi. So Davi and Inko, are, along with the smoke of the guy with the poison, he gets taken out too. The Nomu's not getting taken out. So yeah, what happens is, she gets Deku into an area away from everyone as there's a portal for basically, Davi and... No. I want to say Toga's there. Yeah, Toga's there. She was not taken out. But yeah, Toga's there. She got some blood from Morocco. Same way. But yeah, anyways. As Davi says, so is he coming? He goes, yep. I knew he would. He's my son after all. I cannot wait to hurt him again. As Davi's thinking himself, he goes, she's just like my old man. As basically All For One told him about her quirk, the dream storm. The dream storming. She wanted a quirk that allows her to break down his dreams, to make his mind to go crazy and all, to control him. But he gave her only a quirk to control his dream, not to make him go crazy. As he smiles, he goes, because he wants this boy, this Izuku, this Bond person, to get his revenge and take him down. He sees Shigaraki as more of a child than a successor, but he'll still give his quirk to him, just to see what his development will be. So what happens is this. Deku gets over it, he goes like, stop running away, Inko. He goes, I'm your mother, call me my mom. He goes, you lost your privileges when you called me mom the day you started to neglect me and abuse me. I can't believe I had a rotten mother like you. As Davi smiled, he goes, I like this kid's personality. And he goes, so, who's the guy with the scars? He goes, my name is Davi. Yours? Foxen, Sin and Greed. Bond, the Undead. He goes, nice name. Pretty cool. He goes, thanks. It's a name after my teacher. He goes, oh. Yeah, he's also the one who has the name Bond, which I borrowed, or should I say, he let me take. As Davi's thinking, well then, I wonder how strong his teacher is. As Inko goes, is he the one who helped you unlock your quirk? As Deku just smiles, goes like, it says to himself, if only you knew this isn't a quirk. So when Deku says, ready to get hurt, Inko, and she goes, yeah, sure. As then next he starts to see everything differently. He started to see the apartment, as she says, it worked perfectly. As he says, man, that quirk is dangerous. It doesn't need to be activated by anything else but just by looking at the person and wanting to control them. As he said, alright, get Kiryu, let's take him away. As basically a portal opens underneath Deku's feet, as he's basically sinking through. It's in the room where it's going to be a chair, as he's going to be strapped into for Inko. As Katsuki and Misery seeing this, she's saying, no, Bond! Well, she said, no, Izuku! As basically, Katsuki uses her explosions to get over there, as, Misery's just running. As basically she goes, you're on Katsuki. Thank you for taking care of my son. Bye. And she jumps in, the portal closes, and Dobby just leaves. So, and Toga, too. So, yeah. So, what happened? I'm gonna have to rush this a little bit, guys, but yeah. So, Katsuki just starts cursing, making explosions, and crying, and all that, and Mizuri just angry and wants to like curse out her weakness because she can't let them figure out that where her quirk is and piece it together. She's cursing herself out for that. So all in all, Bond even comes over and says, "Hey, where's Izuku?" As Katsuki and Mizuri explain it, as Bond gets physically angry and upset and mad, as he goes, "That rotten woman took him. Ugh, if only I was here." As basically Merlin says, we can easily track him, remember? As they say, yeah, we're gonna go after it. As Azawa says, you're in our world, you have to follow our rules and laws. As they say, but he's my student and a friend. I'm not gonna let him suffer what that woman would do to him. As Malio says, we can't do nothing if we're not working with this world, Bond. Calm down. I'm physically upset too. He goes, Captain, you don't know what she put him through. He told me every single detail. And that room is just rotted to the core. As he can see Melios is like physically upset too. As Boss does calm down from that, and he's just sorry, Captain. I understand, but we still have to work with this world's laws. So what happens is, while they're trying to find, as Merlin gives off the location along with Momo with the tracker and all, what happens is this: Inko is trying to control his dreams. She is putting him through a lot of physical pain in the real world, using whatever she can use to harm him. Even Shigaraki even uses cremation quirk. I mean, not his cremation quirk. His decay quirk on him, as then it just suddenly regenerates. As he goes, this quirk of his is very powerful. We should really use him. A hero to villain. I love it. I'll talk to my master about this. As then, All for One comes in, and Inko and Shigaraki sees it. He goes, Father, Master, why are you here? He goes, leave me. I want to talk to this boy. As Inko says, no, I'm just having my fun. We have a lot of catching up to do. And she basically, Deku's head was down, she basically pulls it up by holding his chin. Said, isn't that right, Zuko? As All for One gives a medicine aura and tells him to leave now. As basically she goes, alright, but I'm leaving my Dreamstorm quirk activated. As basically Deku, what he has went through was life without Bond. Life without anyone else but his mother. What he went through would have been what he would have went through. It would have been so much pain. But he knows this ain't real. He knows this ain't reality. He goes, how much is she gonna try to show me what could have happened? She can't take back the past. Hold on, everyone. Okay, I'm back. But after that, he hears a voice says, yes, that's right. As then he sees a figure breaking the dream storm. As basically, he says, who are you? He goes, I am All for One. The one who gave your mother these quirks. As he basically names it up. The teleportation, the dream storm, the regeneration, the enhancement, quirk, the pocket dimension. Basically, she brought out weapons and other things to hurt Izuku with. And she even noticed that he had his regeneration was top notch. As an All for One, says, and I did not like the way how she treated you in the past. And I told Shigaraki to leave you alone because of Kirigiri. He goes, yeah, piece of work, ain't she? She goes, do you want revenge? She goes, I got it when she went to jail. I just want to put her back there. And now I'm really pissed because of what she's done to me. As he goes, the heroes are coming to get you. So be ready. So, what? I'm loosening your restraints. Not that you need it, but I'm making the quirk inactive. Also, Bond, or should I say Izuku, he's calling whatever. Well then, Bond. Kirigiri, as of today, will be working for you. Because, what? You are friends with him. Consider this my apologies for my insolent subordinate slash son and successor. Also, I think you'll be the next number one hero for a very, very long time. Just take care, young hero. Also, a person without a quirk to have so much power. Interesting indeed. As basically Deku just says, yeah, be ready for me all for one. I'll be gonna kick your butt and make sure you regret ever helping out my mother. He goes, I already regretted it. You be put through this again? I should have entered her life as soon as she walked in the door to ask for quirks. As basically Deku kind of says, an evil guy, but not bad. I like him. As then, Kirigiri, walks in as All For One's leaving Deku, as Kirigiri says, Master, he goes, as of today, Kirigiri, you are working for him, and him alone. Do not help out Shigaraki and anyone else. Or, after what you would do, portal them away and stay in this room until he awakens. As he nods, he goes back to where he is, but he does order, he opens up the door, no, he doesn't go back to where he is. He opens up the door, he tells Shigaraki and Midoriya to leave him alone for right now. As they go, as he goes, listen to me, Shigaraki. As he goes, yes, master. So, he does, they listen. So, after he leaves, they go back, 30 minutes later, the attack happens. Deku wakes up as Kirigiri says, you're awake. He goes, yeah. Alright. As I say, he just rips off the rope, the restraints off of him. And he goes, as of today, I will be your personal assistant / helper, young Master Bond. As Deku says, don't call me Master, just say Bond. Alright, Bond. It is great that I'll be working with you and for you. As basically, what happens is, he says, alright. As basically, he moves his arm, as basically, as then, goes, let's shut on party. Let's start the party then. And Deku just punches the wall as, everyone sees it, and he goes, wow, alright, sit down the village, huh? As he says, you're born. You're alright. He goes, yeah, I'm fine. And Zico says, no, you shouldn't be able to move on your own or at all. That quirk, the dream storm should have worked. Should have made you underneath my control. As Deku just says, you really think you can keep it immortal? My brain heals from any mental attacks too, As he's just flat out lying. And Shikuru goes like, no! As then, they all get portal away, along with Kirigiri just kind of just opens up a portal for, for Deku and All Might to say, come. My master will like you to be there. And All Might, do not attack him. This is a showing of what Bond, or should I say Izuku, could do. As he nods. As basically what happens is, Deku walks through the portal and All Might as everyone seen the destruction what All For One did, as he sees Bond, All Might, and Kirigiri, opens up another portal as he just froze Shigaraki, Toga, and I forgot twice. Was there Mascara was stayed back, so Mascara goes through. He goes there, with them. He just throws them in. As it goes not, she goes, what? She goes, you really think I was gonna allow you to get these quirks without paying the consequences for your actions, Miss Midoriya? As she goes, but Young Bond, I believe you owe her a beating. Don't hold back. She can regenerate. As Deku says, with pleasure. And he has a cocky smile on his face as All Might goes, as basically says, All Might. What she's done to him, you know so far. So please do not interfere. As he nods. As basically, he gives her a royal beating of the lifetime. As he smashed her just like the Hulk did. He punishes her. He basically puts his hand right into her stomach, which she heals from. It's just, she is feeling the full force of what Deku could do to her now. As then all at the as you're the final touch, All For One takes everything else but her original quirk. As now he says, now, since you're healed and all, do not ever come after this hero again. And then he basically throws her to the side, towards, to All Might, as he says, now then, Bond, let us have a fight of a lifetime. As basically he goes all out right away, as Deku just says, alright, let's do this! As basically on the news, they see Bond and, they see Deku and All For One fighting at full power, fist to fist. Shockwave and shockwave. All Might is shocked to even see this. As basically what's happening is multiple fists are being thrown. Deku's just catching the big giant fist that's being thrown at him. Even cracking All For One's fists in general and just bash him on the ground. Even going towards him, just kneeing him in the face, cracking his mask. And then he used physical hunt and snatch to basically pull the mask towards him. Basically, as he gets even stronger, just throwing multiple fists. And there's like multiple shockwaves are happening, the ground is cracking. As he just starts like shooting like multiple air bullets at Deku. And basically he gets hit and chunks of him are going off as they say the hero is dead. And then I see regeneration, his regeneration pops on as the blood splattered, but it's like it just starts evaporating right away. And then Deku just runs in with a new arm. As Bond and the other 7 Sims are seeing this along with Aizawa and Katsuki and Misery and everyone else in Class 1A and Class 1B are just seeing this happening on all TV. And basically, they're in shock as Bond says, go, Zuko! Show them what the Sinnoh can do! As Emilio says, huh. It looks like when he gets real serious, he really does get serious, just like Bond. As basically, Deku's just laughing. And basically, All For One is having that image of Deku and him fighting again. Years later, he still looks the same way as he is in Shigaraki's body. Basically, he says, Bond, we meet again. He goes, All For One, let's have some fun like old times, right? He goes, yes. As basically, he goes, it looks like you will be the #1 hero, my nemesis for a lifetime. As basically, he goes, it doesn't matter how strong you are, All For One, I will always come in on top. Basically, they just start throwing even faster punches. Basically, All Might and Kiryu can't even be there. They had to back away as all the other heroes are seeing this in shock. As Deku says, alright, let's do this! As basically, he just throws everything into one fist as he dodges, like what All Might did with the punch from All For One. And when he punches, though, All Might's dodges All For One's punch. He basically then says, "Here we go, full power punch." It doesn't have a name for it, but basically it's just full power. So he hits All For One in the face, and when he punches him into the ground, a whole entire shockwave just bursts up into the ground. Bursts up from the ground, going up, cracking the ground for multiple city blocks, and it's just amazing power was just shown. As he says, ha, not bad, All For One, not bad. As Deku just bites his mouth, not bite his mouth, bites his wrist, and just pours it right into All For One's mouth. He goes, there you go. Fix up that face too of yours. As basically All For One gets healed. But he says, I surrender. How was a good fight? As basically Deku, he gets up and he walks over to All Might, says, I like to be arrested now. This is shocking to everyone. As That happens. They even arrest Inko as Deku just looks at Inko when the police get there. When they see her get arrested, as she's just upset and disappointed. He goes, "Wait a minute." He goes, "Yeah." It was basically Berlin and all the Seven Deadly Sins, along with Izuri and Katsuki, and Bon basically walks up to Deku, as basically Dawn and Deku are just standing right by side. As she sees Bon, as she's terrified, he goes, and they both say, "How does it feel to get what you deserve, scumbag?" As they both point to their fingers down, as she's just terrified, absolutely terrified. As basically they just smile, and All Might says, "Who are you and your friends?" He goes, "I am Bond." The Sith agreed, and these are my friends. The Seven Deadly Sins. We're from the other world, where magic exists, not quirks. And he goes, "Ah, yes. Sorry if I did not get a chance to talk to you. It has been all craziness since Bond left." As Kirigiri is there, he says, as then Bond says, "What about him?" And then he says, "Kirigiri!" As then, he runs over, hugs Kirigiri, and goes, "Bond, it's been a while, hasn't it?" He goes, "Yeah, it's been a year for me. How have you been?" He goes, "Good. I am working from young young Bond right now." He goes, "What?" "Off Might." He says, "All for One has left me in the custody of, young Bond over here." As he says, "Yeah, he told me himself." As basically All for One is still there, because he had a few words to say to him, All Might. And then he asks, "Is it true?" He goes, "Yes. They seem to be good friends, and I do not want to give my young Shigaraki any more help now, since he disobeyed me of my one rule." As he basically says, "What was that one rule?" All Might asked. He goes, "Leave Bond alone." As All Might's eyes widen, and Deku's eyes widen too. As then he leaves, along with the police. As he says, "As of today, I'm the personal assistant. I will help him with him if any task needed, even around the house. So, please, do not be afraid. I will not harm anyone. No heroes." As he does ask though, "But can you please fix my bar? It's like a second home. And it does require me to get money." As he says, "Right away. We'll fix it right up, Kirigiri." He says, "Thank you." As basically he does tell them who he does. I'm going with the theory that Kirigiri is basically a Nomu, who is used as one of Aizawa, President Mike's old friend. Basically the body of. So yeah, look that up. Who Kirigiri's identity really is. You guys will know. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I'm going with that theory. So anyways, yep. As that ends. Katsuki and Misery runs over to him and hugs him. As basically, "We were just so scared." He goes, "Hey, girls, I'm alright. I'm alright." As basically they both just kiss him exactly at the same time. As Vaughn just says, "Oh, my precious boy grew up so fast." And then he's just as like a proud father, as the lady just smiles too. As she just says, "Paul, what do you do?" He goes, "I feel so proud of my little boy." And then she goes, "Wait, does that mean that he's my child too?" He goes like, "Maybe." And then she runs over, breaks up, and starts hugging Azuka and says, "Oh, my precious little son, I'm glad you're alright." As he goes, "Wait, what?" He goes, "Oh, Emily's my girlfriend, remember?" He goes, "Oh, yeah. So you treat her like a father, and that means now she's gonna treat me like a mother." And she goes, "Yep." As basically Vaughn says, "We're gonna be, me and Elaine are staying here for a while." Merlin said we could. So, yeah. As he goes, "Cool." As basically, the other Seven Deadly Sins are gonna stay a while to see how he's doing, all that. But I do hope you. This is where I'm ending off, everyone. I do hope you guys enjoy the video. Sorry, this video came out so long not to be done. Sorry it did take so long. Sorry about my voice too and my nose and so tired of thing with the seasons changing. All right. I do hope you guys have a rest of your good night, the rest of your day and all. Tomorrow I may make the new videos, start working on them, and next week is going to be a little bit hectic. So yeah, because I start college next week. So anyways, hope you guys do enjoy the video. But yeah, alright, everyone.